Hey everybody, I'm Zach, the Money Nutritionist, and today we're going to try and answer another question. I'd like you to go ahead and click that subscribe button so you can keep getting your money nutrition. If you have any questions along the way about finances, go ahead and leave those in the comments below. But with that, let's go ahead and jump right into the question. Today our question comes from Alecia, and her question is, I'm wanting to get my feet wet in the stock market. Any advice on where to start? Can you explain to me how the stock market works, please, with 15 E's? All right, so let's try and answer Alecia's question. This is a common question that many people have, and honestly, the stock market can be very confusing if you're a beginner. It's a shame that we are still not taught the stock market in school, and now we are all responsible for our own retirement, yet we don't know anything about stocks when we get out of college, unless you study it. And it's a shame, honestly. So let's try and take this from the very beginning at a very high level instead of getting into the nitty-gritty details. Let's talk about what the stock market is, and if you want to get started in it, what you can do. If you want to know the history of the stock market, then you can watch True Freedom's episode 7 from season 1. And actually, you should be able to get the link to the video here. Before we dig into the stock market, I want to tell you what we're not going to discuss. We're not going to go over dividends, REITs, options, leverage, commodities. We're not going to talk about any of that stuff. That's a little more advanced, so let's really talk about the basics of the stock market. I want to keep things simple because if you understand the foundation of something, then you can make better informed decisions. The best way I can think to explain the stock market is to envision yourself in a mall. You walk into the mall and you have all these stores to choose from. You've got Abercrombie & Fitch, Old Navy, JCPenney. You've got Banana Republic, Express, Rack Room Shoes, whatever store you like, Marshalls, TJ Maxx. Okay, so you've got all these stores, Sephora. Each of the stores in the mall sell different things. It might be clothes, it might be shoes, it might be accessories, but they each serve their own purpose and are targeting different customers, right? So you see all these stores, you're in a marketplace. Each of those stores are making different amounts of money. Some of them might even be losing money, okay? They have different cultures, they have different CEOs. So you're taking all of this in when you're trying to decide what store you want to go into. Now, instead of envisioning the stores selling actual items that you're buying, imagine that you're walking through a mall trying to decide which store you want to own. Do you want to own Ralph Lauren? You know, they have pretty nice clothes, they have a great brand. Do you want to own Apple because they have really good products? Do you want to buy Victoria's Secret because they're introducing a new line and you feel like it's really going to boost the business up and it's going to be there for the next 20 or 30 years? And so you're asking yourself when you're walking through the mall, what do I think of this business? What do I think of that business? And people who buy and sell stocks are looking at different pieces of information. When you think of the store, when you see it walking through the mall, you're thinking about their culture, you're thinking about the CEO, you're thinking about is there any bad news? And some people like to look at the numbers only. Are they making money? Are they losing money? What products are they going to introduce? So this is the information that the market absorbs when it sets the price, and which is the cost of owning a share in one of those businesses in the mall. For example, Apple shares might be more expensive because they're making more money or because they are in a sector where those prices are higher. You could go invest in something like Old Navy, discount clothes, so their prices might be lower and you feel like they're going to expand in the next year. Would you go buy Forever 21 because the news just came out that they're going to go bankrupt? So would you want to own a company where that store is about to go out of business? Probably not. So these are the questions you're going to ask yourself when you are looking for stocks to buy, and stocks are just pieces of ownership of a business. So when you're walking through the mall, you're asking yourself, which business do I want to buy? What information do I have? And all that information is readily available for you to go search. And that's how I want you to think of it when you think of the stock market. It's a market of companies, and you decide which ones you want to buy, which is investing into that business. Now, when it comes to the stock market, you can make money or you can lose money. If you go buy shares of Apple, are they going to make more money in the future or make less money in the future? So in a way, You're trying to use your best judgment in deciding if that company is going to go up or down. And honestly, no one has that answer, or else we'd all be killing it in the stock market. People have different strategies when it comes to the stock market. You can go anywhere on the internet and get a different answer for how you should approach investing in the stock market. I want to keep things simple. And again, the simple way to look at it is you have a marketplace of businesses, you take the information in and try to make your best decision. To Alecia's question, the best place to start is to read. The best book to start with when it comes to investing would be The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. If you're trying to dive in today to start trading stocks, you may want to look into the Robinhood app. The Robinhood app lets you buy and sell stocks for free, which is fantastic. And the app also limits how much you can buy and sell at one time, which is great for a beginner. My one tip when it does come to trading, without getting into value investing, options trading, day trading, would be to, again, think of the stock market as a mall. When you go into the mall, again, you've got your businesses, right? You got your companies you can choose from. And when you do go into a store, are you trying to buy the most expensive item? Are you trying to buy something that isn't on sale? We all love sales, right? We all love to look in the clearance section and hope that we find an item of clothing that is marked down that shouldn't be there. It's like, oh, that usually runs on for $100 online, but they got it marked down for $50 here in the store. Yes, I'm gonna go ahead and buy that. Use that same mentality when you are stock picking. So if you see a company and the price of that company is usually always $100, you're like, man, why is this company always so expensive? And all of a sudden there's a discount and the company is $65. Oh, the company's on clearance. I'm going to buy some shares of that business. That's what you're really looking for. You don't want to buy a TV full price. You don't want to buy a shirt and skirt for full price. You want to try and buy something at a discount. And when you buy something at a discount, then it has a chance to grow and get back to its full value and hopefully get above the full value and make you money. What I'm talking about is value investing. And again, the mall analogy is perfect because when you go shopping, you don't want to buy something full price. You want the discount. So I hope the mall analogy really helps someone. I think that's going to be the best way to explain this to a beginner. Of course, the stock market is not this simple, but I do hope if you can go out and read and gain some knowledge of what the stock market is and how to invest on top of using your common sense, then you'll be just fine. Thanks for watching. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook to stay updated on the latest, but more importantly, to stay updated on YouTube, press the subscribe button below.